channel, Real Estate in the City with Tanika. And today is Tuesday. I'm about to step out. I'm not sure if you guys remember who my cousin is, but she was the beautiful girl who did my makeup in a recently posted vlog I put up a few weeks ago. Anyway, she invited me to a light show out in Mississauga, and I haven't been to a light show ever before, so I'm looking forward to going. And I thought it would be cool to take you along with me. So I'm literally just about to step out. I'm ready to go. I've been contemplating on what I should wear, especially since we're in that very weird time of the year where it's like hot in the day but cooler at night. And right now it's around 7:15 p.m. And you know, like, summer's over because the sun used to set at like 9 o'clock p.m. and the sun's already setting, like it's gone. So I am hoping that this sweater is going to keep me comfortably warm, but not too warm, especially since we're going to be outdoors for the most part, from what I understand. So yes, I hate when I leave my place in a mess, but I'm not going to have an opportunity to clean up like my desk where I did all my makeup. But I'll have to take care of that when I get back. And right now I'm just gonna get going so that she's not waiting on me, because I know she's gonna get there a bit early and I don't want to feel overly rushed. So I will take you along to see what this light show is all about, and I hope you enjoy. All right, so I just arrived. I have my headphones in, of course, so that you all can hear me, so that we're not picking up too much background noise. I'm walking towards it. My cousin said it should be here. So, oh, okay. I see what she was saying. With my beautiful cousin, Zay Bebe, the makeup artist who did my makeup in one of my last vlogs. So, if you forgot, there she is. And so we're gonna get some, the vouchers now, you said? So we get some food, some drinks, and then we can get inside. Okay guys, so it's a wrap, it's over. I'm honestly kind of sad because I was having the most fun ever. Like, it was such an amazing experience. I am just so glad that I came out. I'm so glad that my cousin invited me to come out with her, and I'm just so happy. Like, this is such an amazing experience, and I'm so glad that I came out. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see y'all later. I am home again. I said I was gonna clean up my desk with all my makeup on it, and honestly I don't want to, but I hate waking up to a mess in the morning when I'm supposed to be on track and getting into my day. So I just had to hop on here, and again, first of all, shout out to my cousin who invited me to come out with her tonight at the light show, because it definitely surpassed my expectations of what I thought I was going to experience. Like, I tried to show as much as I possibly could with the clip that you've seen, but the reality is like it can never do its justice. Like some things you just have to experience in person for yourself. And literally I can go on, and I'm just trying to say it was such an amazing experience. 10 on 10, 100% would recommend, and I'm so glad that I went. On that note, it's late. I am gonna get ready for bed. We'll see you maybe tomorrow. We'll see. Bye. Good morning. Today is Thursday. I am pretty excited for today because I have an actually full schedule of exciting things to do. First, I have to do a couple of errands at the mall, which will be in a bit, but I want to get some work done first from home. I've also been working on something pretty exciting that I am looking forward to share with you all, but it's not ready yet, so I won't speak too much on it, but it will definitely be something very helpful for anyone who's been waiting for the right time to get into the market and take advantage of the current market that we're in and buy real estate, especially if it's a condo. Then I have something very special in the making for you, and I will definitely tell you more about it once it's complete. But other than that, I have a few things lined up for today. I have to go to the mall, and later on this afternoon, I'm meeting up with Michelle. As some of you may know, if you don't know, she's a great friend of mine, also a colleague. She's also a realtor, and she's also my accountability partner, which I really love. I love the progress that we've been making. But we're meeting up today because we're going to be doing a couple of things. First, we're going to the presentation gallery of a new pre-construction condo that launched. I've been getting a couple of emails from the developer sales team, and they have invited me to come out to their presentation gallery. So I extended the invite to Michelle, and we're gonna go together. This is a pre-construction condo that is located in the heart of downtown. And because for the most part, I specialize downtown, and well, I personally just love the downtown area too, so I try to keep up with as many as the projects that do come up for sale and that launch. There are so many developments that it's hard to keep up with all of them, but once in a while, or not once in a while, to be honest, it's like every few weeks or every few months, there's a new project that's launching that kind of piques my interest. And again, because it's literally in the downtown, I believe the downtown core, I want to get more familiar with this particular development. So I will be making a stop there with Michelle. And as you all know, if I am going to this presentation gallery, I will be giving you some information about the project. However, if you want full access to the floor plans, the price list, exclusive incentives offered by the builder at the time, and then also offered by my real estate brand, Lofts Condos of Toronto, I will put a link in the description box that will direct you to a site where you can sign up to receive more information about the project, and then that way you can get your own information package. And it's going to include everything you need to know that I'm not able to fit in this video, because I'm not making this video, as you can see, only about this particular project. It's just something that's in passing during my day. So I'll be sure to include that in the description box. And since I am going to be seeing a pre-construction development, I'm also going to leave a link where you can register and receive your free guide to buying a pre-construction condo. and it's very insightful. It has a lot of useful information and just tips and advice on how to go about purchasing a pre-construction condo if you have never done that before but you're interested in doing so, or if you have and you maybe didn't like your experience and you miss out on a couple of things. This is still a guide to look into to be more informed about making the right decisions. So other than that, other than going to see the pre-construction development, I am also going to be looking at a few properties today along with Michelle. And for those of you that don't know, this is something that realtors do from time to time, especially I would imagine newer agents, but I still think it's important for seasoned agents or agents with experience with a few years in. It doesn't really matter. It's always great to go out and preview properties. Sometimes it's ideal to do this if you know you have like an upcoming listing and you want to see how your listing will compare to what's in the vicinity of where your listing is, or your market, your area. Sometimes it's great to just go out if you want to get more familiar with a certain neighborhood. So agents do this, and we actually decided to check out a few properties since we're going to be in the same area to visit the pre-construction condo downtown. We wanted to look into two particular properties. One is a townhouse and one is a loft. And the reason is, if you're downtown, you know, condos are really like a dime a dozen. You find them everywhere, but you don't always find condo townhouses and also real authentic lofts that come up every single day downtown. But of course, these are properties that are available and on the market. It's just that in a shifting market or a changing market, we want to be able to stay informed and have a real sense of what's happening. It's always good to stay informed of what the activity is like for the market, for lofts in the downtown area or in general, because they really do have a lane of its own. And I'm excited. We're going to see a loft at the Tip Top Lofts. Beautiful development on Lakeshore. And yeah, this is how we stay educated on what's happening in the market, not just by looking up online to see what properties are listed at and selling for by pictures and information that's available to us all, but actually physically visiting the properties and getting a better sense of what it looks like in person and what it has to offer. So with that being said, I'm gonna just get back to my day. I'm gonna finish up with getting ready soon, and then I'm gonna head out to the mall. But anyway, I will see you all soon, and I'm very excited to take you with me to see this project. So yeah, I'll see you in a bit. So I just arrived in front of across the street from the presentation gallery for FORMA condos. I'm a bit early, but I think I'm gonna still step in and kind of check it out before I give you all the scoop on what it's all about. So bear with me. It's so chilly today. It's officially the first day of fall and I can feel it. It's definitely fall. Welcome to FORMA. This 2-residential tower development will be located at 266 and 284 King Street West. The towers will be 73 stories and 84 stories tall, offering a total amount of 2,034 condos. The project will also have commercial and retail spaces and a new space for Ontario College of Art and Design University, also known as OCAD. FORMA will have a variety of unit types, ranging from studio units to 3-bedroom plus units and an exclusive penthouse collection that hasn't been released yet. As of right now, the completion date is set for early 2028. Now let's get into the builders. There are 3 major developers that will be working together to bring FORMA to life. They are Great Golf, Dream, and Westdale Properties. Each of these builders have decades of experience in building communities, commercial spaces, and residential residences all throughout North America. The architect is Frank Gehry, a world-famous award-winning Canadian architect born here in Toronto. Actually, a number of his buildings have become world-renowned attractions, from the Guggenheim Museum in Bilbao, the Fondation Louis Vuitton in Paris, to the Walt Disney Concert Hall in LA. And after 6 decades of designing globally recognized monumental structures, he's coming home to Toronto with FORMA, which will be the tallest creation of Gary in the world. Now let's get into the design of FORMA, starting from the exterior, because I'm just blown away by the unique design of the mixed glass and reflective steel cladding. Frank Gehry truly delivered. I actually watched a video where he explains his vision for FORMA, and he mentions that the shape-shifting twist in each block isn't random. He designed it this way because every city in the world has its own light, which is modified by the structures of the buildings in the city. He said he wanted the building to capture the essence of that and the uniqueness of Toronto, from its heritage to its current culture, and he believes that the architecture of a building creates in its own way a culture, and the people who live in it become a part of that culture. There's also a sense of belonging to something special when living in the city of Toronto, and that's what he wants people to see when they look at FORMA, something special. And I truly believe he executed this beautifully and has clearly put a lot of thought into the development, from the design to its name, FORMA, which means shape or appearance in Latin or Italian. The interior of FORMA is by the Toronto-based design team called Studio Paolo Ferrari, of course founded by the internationally recognized designer Paolo Ferrari. There's no doubt that the interior design at FORMA matches the caliber of Frank Gehry's architectural genius, from the contemporary and elegantly designed amenities to the modern residential suites, offering a rich palette of materials like marble, walnut, oak, and quartz. FORMA is located in the entertainment district, which is also beside the financial district. So living at FORMA means you'll be effortlessly connected to transit and schools. You'll be 1 minute from the path, under 5 minutes from St. Andrew Station, and close to streetcars and overnight bus services. From an investor standpoint, it's important to realize the opportunity of investing in downtown Toronto right now. Toronto ranked number 4 in the tech talent score ranking after the San Francisco Bay Area, Seattle, and Washington, D.C. And since FORMA will be surrounded by major tech companies like Shopify, Amazon, Pinterest, Google, and a future Meta, aka Facebook and Netflix office, where do you think the professionals working for these tech companies will want to live when the tech hub and offices are downtown? Not to mention, in late March, Meta, also known as Facebook, announced plans to hire up to 2,500 people in Toronto and other parts of Canada. Google stated that it is looking to triple its workforce in Toronto, and Amazon is looking to hire 600 new technology workers. And let's not forget about the international students that call downtown Toronto their home. This is why it's great that residents at FORMA will be within a 15-minute TTC ride or 20-minute walk from U of T, George Brown College, and Metropolitan University. There will also be a designated 25,000 square foot facility of OCAD University at the building's podium. You can learn more about FORMA in the info package, which includes the brochure, floor plans, and price list of remaining available suites. All you have to do is click the link in my description box and register to receive everything. right, so we made it to the Tip Top Lofts. I'm very excited to be here, especially for this particular unit. It's very special to me. It's a 2-level loft, and it's a true authentic loft, which is what I love about this building. You have the space that you're looking for. This unit is over 1,000 square feet, and it's just a 1-bedroom plus den. And from the upstairs, you can see the lower level, but rather than talking all about it, let me show you what this unit has to offer. I'm back at home. I love that Michelle and I got to head out and first of all go to the presentation gallery for the FORMA condos. I have to be honest, I was getting a bunch of emails when the project first launched in June, and at first I kind of wrote it off as like another condo downtown that's being built. And you know, I'm really glad that I got another email invitation yesterday to come out, because this condo building truly is something special. I haven't had a chance to look at all the floor plans yet, but based on the information that was shared with me at the presentation gallery, I really do like what I'm seeing so far. And so like I said before, if you are interested in learning more about FORMA condos, I will have a link in my description box directing you to a registration site where you can sign up to receive the floor plans, the price list, the current incentives that are available. The project is currently at this point in time, they're sold out, 60% sold out. And so if you have any interest, this is the time to act now. But other than that particular project, if you also just want more information or proper guidance on how to go about buying a pre-construction condo, I also have in my description box a free guide to buying a pre-construction condo in Toronto. It has everything you need to know from before you even get started to the ending of the process when you close and move into your newly built condo. Anyway, I'm also glad that I was able to check out the townhouse on Wellington Street, which is in the King West area, and also visit the loft at Tip Top Taylors or Tip Top Lofts. I won't go into too much details about the properties right now because honestly I'm kind of tired. It's like 8:30 at night. I just kind of want to unwind and get ready for bed. Tomorrow's a new day. But I think what I'll do is later on, as in tomorrow, I'll do a more in-depth maybe tomorrow what I'll do is give a bit more details of each of the properties that Michelle and I visited today, because I really do want to have a better understanding of like how the townhouses are performing in this market downtown, and condo townhouses that is, and how lofts are performing in this particular market. And I feel like if you're in the market for either a townhouse in the core or downtown or near downtown area, or even a loft, then I want to be able to at least give you some insight as to what's been going on. Maybe tomorrow I'll do a video giving more information about how the loft market is performing right now and how the activity is for condo townhouses in the downtown area too. And on that note, I will be shutting down like a computer for the night. On that note, I will be just unwinding and getting ready for bed, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a good night. I am back, and I was able to do the research that I said I was going to do on the sales activity of townhouses and lofts in the downtown Toronto area. And I'm so happy I did that because I can clearly see that a lot has changed between the beginning of the year, I want to say the first quarter of 2022, and the third quarter of 2022, which is coming to an end. And I'm saying that because, as you all know, what the videos I showed you yesterday of the townhouse that was a part of the development located at 508 Wellington Street West, this was a bit tricky for me because there were no recent sales activity, at least not within the last year and a half, for that particular development of any townhouses. But this particular townhouse came upon the market quite a few times within the last year, and I can honestly say that I understand why it hasn't sold yet, and I also don't think it's going to sell at the price that it's listed at. And this is because even currently looking at what's for sale, the townhouse is one of the most priciest townhouses that are on the market. This was a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom townhouse over a 2-level property. Now, right now on the market, there are 3-bedroom townhouses with 3 bathrooms within, I want to say, a kilometer of where the subject property is located, and they're being offered for a lot less than what the current townhouse is listed at that I went to go see yesterday. And so what I found really interesting was just looking at my notes here, because I took some notes down. So I wanted to keep things very particular. Like, downtown is downtown, but we have different pockets of different neighborhoods where once you leave, for example, Liberty Village and head into King Street West, there's a clear difference in pricing, from the quality of condo that you're buying into to the age of the building. All these things are taken into consideration, but because there are many different pockets of downtown, I wanted to make sure that my research was specific to the vicinity of where the subject property is. And I can tell you that in the beginning of the year, the average dollar per square foot of townhouses around 508 Wellington Street, they were going for an average of $1,230 per square foot. And that was for the first quarter of 2022. Now, within the third quarter of 2022, I see that the average dollar per square foot for townhouses have dropped to $942 per square foot. And interestingly enough, when I pulled up the stats, the condos that sold early in the year were quite small compared to the subject property I went to see yesterday, and even compared to what's currently for sale. Like, it just happens to be that the townhouses that are for sale now are a bit on the larger end. They fall well within that square footage of the subject property, which is 508 Wellington Street, and that's anywhere between 1,400 to 1,600 maybe plus square feet. But it doesn't change the fact that the square footage, the dollar per square foot, is actually a lot less than it was earlier this year. And I do want to just point out that usually the larger a unit is, you'll often find that the dollar per square foot is lower than what a smaller unit size would be, right? So for example, the dollar per square foot for a bachelor unit may be more than what a 1-bedroom unit would be. The smaller you go down in size, the higher the dollar per square foot would be on average. But nonetheless, there's still a huge discrepancy between what the average dollar per square foot was for townhouses in the first quarter versus what they are right now in the third quarter. Now, on to the loft at Tip Top Lofts, or Tip Top Taylor Lofts. I first want to point out that for the price that this loft is listed at, I think it will sell. So the unit currently, it's a 1 bedroom plus den loft. As you guys saw, it was a 2-level loft, and their asking price is $1,099,000. And I really do believe it's going to sell because it's priced right based on what has sold recently and what's on the market. And I think whoever the listing agent is, they definitely took into consideration the activity that has been happening in the market over the last few months. And with that being said, for sure, the average dollar per square foot right now, even in that building, has dropped tremendously, in my opinion, when we compare it to what has sold in the beginning of this year. So I came across another 1 bedroom plus den loft that was for sale 3 floors down, so on the 3rd floor, and it was smaller than the loft that I saw yesterday. The loft that I saw yesterday was 1,148 square feet, and the loft that I'm referring to right now that sold earlier in the year, it was 941 square feet. And that loft, the 941 square foot loft, was a 1 bedroom plus den loft. It was on 1 level, and it ended up selling for $1,249,000, which means it sold at $1,327 per square foot. I'm sorry if I'm like looking away from the camera. It's because I'm trying to make reference to my notes, and I want to make sure I'm not screwing up the numbers here because all of these numbers count. So like I said, it sold for $1,249,000. It was 941 square feet, so it sold at $1,327 per square foot. And then looking back at another 1 bedroom plus den loft in the same building around the same time, that loft sold for $1,067 per square foot. The only thing with that loft I want to point out, it was just a floor below our subject property, which is the 2-level loft that you've seen just now. But the second loft I'm talking about also had a second parking space, and that definitely plays a role or has an impact on the overall price of a condo, especially downtown, where right now the average sale price for an individual parking space, they're going for anywhere between $45,000 to about $95,000. And this depends on the building itself, because I've seen parking spaces in buildings that are relatively close to each other, and one would be almost 100 grand, whereas another is like 50 grand. So taking the average, you're looking at about $60,000 for a parking space in a downtown area. And I'm being very conservative here because I have a feeling that in that particular building, it would be well above $60,000. But even if we take that into consideration, the whole point is the price of, even the listed price of this loft right now is a lot less than what the sale prices were of the lofts that had sold earlier this year. Because if we look at the subject property, based on the asking price, they're asking for $958 per square foot. Keep in mind, a 1 bedroom plus den condo that had only 1 level, that was smaller than the subject property, had their average dollar per square foot at over $1,300. So with that being said, I'm really happy that I did the research because it really puts things in perspective. And I feel like the market downtown is a bit tricky because there are condos, buildings that are still holding their value, and they haven't really budged much in their sale prices. Whereas there are other condo buildings that have seen a tremendous difference in their sold prices when we're looking at the first quarter and the third quarter. So anyway, I'm really happy that I took the time to check out both of these properties and then do some further research, because of course, like working with anybody who's looking to buy a loft or a townhouse in a downtown area, this does help put things in perspective, both for myself and for any future clients. So I'm glad I did the research, and if you are looking for a condo or a townhouse in the downtown area, I'm hoping that this has helped you too. But again, every property in the downtown area, and I mean every building, is a bit different in terms of how it's responding to the shifting market. So I think that's enough for today. I'm going to wrap things up here because I don't want to be too overwhelming with information. But of course, if anyone has inquiries about what's happening in the market, or you would like some assistance in buying, selling, leasing, feel free to reach out to me. My description box includes a link to my website where you can send me an email, and I'd be happy to help. And that is all for today. I hope you all have a great week.